Hey Jessica, I just got done cleaning up the house for the time being. I bought you that pregnancy pillow you wanted too.
Thanks, Kevin. You're the best. I bet I'll sleep like a baby now.
You finished up at the salon yet? You said you'd be heading back around the evening, right? Want me to come pick you up? Your stomach's the size of a hot air balloon. I bet moving around must be tough for you these days. I don't mind coming to get you if you want me to, babe.
About that. I'll be done at the salon soon, but my friends just messaged me asking if I want to join her out for a meal later on. So I'm gonna head straight out to meet her from the salon. Thanks for the offer though, sweetie.
Oh, you said you wanted macaroni and cheese today. I was gonna make you some. I even went and bought the ingredients.
Oh, sorry, hun. Can we do a rain check on the macaroni cheese until your next day off work? I don't have any plans then.
Sure thing. The next day off it is. If you're going out for a meal, does that mean you'll be back late? I don't want you walking around in the dark while you're that pregnant. Let me know when you're ready to come home, and I'll drive out and get you.
Oh, it's fine. My friend said she'd drop me off. Don't worry about it. Just relax and enjoy your day off.
I see. In that case, I'm gonna chill on the sofa with a bottle of Bud and watch the football.
Sounds like fun. Sorry again, honey. I feel bad knowing you went out and bought me all that stuff. But the baby will be here soon, and I wanted to see my friend again one last time before our lives changed forever.
Fair enough. You did say you wanted to see her before the birth. Things will never be the same again, that's for sure. It'll probably be harder to make time to see people when we've got the little one to look after, so it's probably for the best that you fit it in now while there's still room to breathe. Don't sweat it, babe. I hope you have a good time.
Thank you. I intend to have a blast. Sensibly, of course. I'm gonna enjoy my freedom as much as I can while I still have it.
Jeez, you make it sound like a prison sentence. I'll be around to help out with the baby when I can, you know. We'll make sure you always have time for yourself, okay? I promise.
Thanks, honey. You're so kind and dependable. I feel lucky to have you. All right, well, I'm gonna go gossip and enjoy some delicious food with my friend now.
All right. If you start feeling uneasy or nauseous or anything, just give me a shout, and I'll be out in a jiffy. I'll make sure I don't get too drunk to drive.
I will, thanks. You need some you time as well, though. Don't forget that, honey. You don't have to do all the housework every single day on my behalf. I'm still capable of doing some things myself, albeit very slowly. All work and no play makes Kevin a stressed boy.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I can assure you Kevin doesn't mind. I've been going out in the van at work doing countryside deliveries every day lately, so I'm more than refreshed enough as it is. I want to do everything I can to make this whole thing as stress-free as it can be for you. No amount of housework could compare to the toll 9 months of pregnancy followed by childbirth must take on your mind and body. I can't make that any easier for you, but there are some things I can do, and I intend to do them to the best of my ability.
You're so dependable.
Besides, you're going back to your parents' place for a home birth, so you won't be around at the house much longer.
This again? I thought you'd be over the whole home birth thing by now.
Your parents live a long way away, which means I'm not going to be able to make it for the birth because of my work schedule.
Maybe not, but don't worry. I'll be home a month later. It'll fly by and we'll be together again before you know it. Surely you can bear to be without me for just a little while?
I want to meet my baby when it's born, not a month later. Maybe I should go on leave from work after all.
No. That just won't do. You said it yourself. Your company's just about to enter the busiest time of year. They need you there, Kevin. You can spend all the time you want with the baby when I come home. Do your job, slacker.
Fine, point taken. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me. I'm going to get to work on making your lunchbox for tomorrow. This time, it's honey roast ham with cheddar and sun-dried tomatoes in a soft, thick crust bread.
Sounds delish. Can't wait, honey. Thanks a bunch.
All right, catch you later. Have fun with your friend. Don't do anything too crazy.
I won't. You too, sweetie. Enjoy your chill time, okay? It's not often you get a full day off, so make the most of it.
Jessica, are you already on your way to your folks' place?
Yep, I'm just at the airport at the minute. I'm waiting for the boarding announcement.
Are you feeling okay? Nothing feels out of the ordinary?
I'm fine.
I want you to message me as soon as you land.
Jeez, Kevin, of course I will. You'll be home late from work today, though, right? What was it again? Didn't you say all the guys from the office are throwing a leaving party for Richard from sales? I'll probably be asleep by then, so I won't be able to message you. I hope you don't mind.
That's cool. I don't plan on staying out that late, though. It's not like we're going to be dancing on the table until the early hours. Not like the good old days.
Really? But you never go out drinking. Don't you want to make the most of it? I really don't mind if you let your hair down every now and then. I think it might do you good. I'll be safe and sound under the watchful eye of my mom and dad, so there's really nothing stopping you from letting loose and going wild. Remember, this might be the last chance you get before the baby's born.
I'd rather chill at home.
Oh, you say that, but you and Richard get on like a house on fire. Don't you want to make his send-off one that he never forgets? You always used to have him over at the house for beer and football. This is his leaving party, Kevin. He only gets one. He'd probably be upset if you left early, so I want you to make sure he has a good time.
We got along great until about a year ago, but ever since then he's kind of been a bit, how do you put this, cold and distant? We don't talk nearly as much as we used to.
Oh, I see. I had no idea. Now that you mention it, he hasn't been over to the house for ages.
Something tells me he's been thinking about leaving the company for a while. It probably has something to do with that. But even still, I wish he would have talked to me. We were supposed to be friends, but one day he showed up at the office and it was suddenly like we were strangers.
He always struck me as the serious type. You know, like he had a strong sense of responsibility. He probably just feels bad about leaving you all behind. It's a shame, though. I always liked him. It would have been nice to see him one last time before he left.
I'll pass on the kind words. He'll like that. I'll tell him he's welcome at our place anytime, once things have calmed down for him at his new job. Whether he'll come or not is another question, but at least I'll let him know that there's no hard feelings.
Good idea, babe. I think you should. Oh, it looks like people are lining up to board the plane. Gotta shoot!
Okay, babe. Safe flight. Send my love to your parents. Morning, Martha. How are you? It's Kevin.
Kevin? Hi, it's been a while. I'm doing well, thanks. And yourself?
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm not so bad, thanks.
It's not like you to message me. Is everything okay? Did something happen?
I wanted to send you guys some money to help out with your living costs, what with having Jessica over and all. But she said you didn't need it and turned me down. I still really want you to have it, though.
Living cost?
Yeah, well, it's been really kind of you to take her in for the home birth, and you've always been really supportive towards us both. I know you might not necessarily need it, but I'd be really happy if you let me give you some money to help out. It breaks my heart that I couldn't get away from work for long enough to be there for the due date, so I'm counting on you guys to look after Jessica until the birth. There's nothing I can do stuck back at home, so I'd really appreciate it if you'd accept this money. I feel like then I could at least be of some use.
Wait, what? Hang on a sec. Huh? I haven't heard anything about a home birth. Jessica's not at our house.
What? But she left home to go stay with you yesterday. She even messaged me saying she arrived at your place. She messaged me an hour ago, saying that you just made her pancakes for breakfast.
We don't even have any pancakes. Jessica's not here with us, Kevin, I assure you. Did she really say she was coming back here for a home birth? Is this some kind of April Fool's joke? No, it's September. What's going on, Kevin?
I'm not joking. She said she was staying with you and your husband until a month after the birth. She said you guys had discussed this at length and had it all planned for a while. She left the house yesterday. She even kept me updated on when her flight departed and landed. Have you heard from her at all?
She never mentioned anything about a home birth. She did confide in me about something a little while ago, though.
Something?
I'm sorry, Kevin. I feel awful to have to ask you this, but am I right in thinking things between you and my daughter haven't been going so well lately?
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Huh? Am I wrong? She said things were so bad she was considering divorce.
Say what now? Divorce? What the hell? We haven't even argued since she fell pregnant. I mean, I'm not sure if I can call this a fight, but the only kind of friction we've had over the last 9 months was when I disagreed with her going to live with you guys for a home birth, because it would mean I couldn't be there for it. But it never got out of hand, and I'm super grateful for Jessica and everything she does for me. I'm looking forward to the birth more than anything.
That's funny. She told me you haven't so much as lifted a finger when it comes to things like helping her get around or doing things around the house. She said you're constantly out getting drunk and gambling with your friends.
What the heck? That's just not true. Sure, I had a few drinks last night, but that was only because work was throwing a leaving party for one of my coworkers. And there was certainly no gambling involved. It's the first time I've been out drinking in half a year. I was hardly hyped about the idea, but I've known the guy for years, and I would have felt bad if I wasn't there for his send-off party. Besides, I rush home from work as early as I possibly can every day to help out with the housework.
Really, Kevin? Are you telling me the truth?
I swear on my life I am. None of this makes any sense. Why would she tell you all these lies about me? She's been messaging me like everything was going along, just like she said the whole time.
Do you think she could be planning to run away from home?
Surely, if that was the case, she wouldn't bother replying to me at all.
Good point. I wonder what on earth could be going on with her. Listen, Kevin, I'm a firm believer that marriage is based on openness, trust, and communication, which is why I told her I think she should talk things through with you. I said there was a chance you might change after the baby was born, and advised her not to make any brash decisions. I said she should take some time to think things through and see how everything plays out.
I see.
I'll be honest with you. I have absolutely no idea why Jessica would lie like this, but maybe she just needs some time. Would you mind holding off on controlling her for a little while? Maybe I can get to the bottom of this without any fireworks going off. The fact that she's still messaging you must mean she hasn't decided to divorce you just yet. I'm gonna give her a call now. I won't mention anything about what you just told me for the time being. Let's see if we can't figure out what's going on here.
All right. She probably wouldn't tell me where she was, or where she really was, even if I asked her right now. It's probably for the best that you be the one to do this. I hate to trouble you, Martha, but please, do what you can.
Trouble? Don't be silly. This is yours, my daughter's, and my grandchild's lives we're talking about here. I'm sorry she lied to you. You must be beside yourself with worry.
Yeah, I can't deny it. I'm desperate to know what's going on. But if she's stressed, I don't want to make it even worse by bombarding her with questions and making her feel pressured. If she feels like I'm not giving her enough space, then she might never come home again. I want to avoid that at all costs.
You're right. We have to avoid potentially agitating her and making her do something drastic. Don't worry. I'll be as polite and indirect as possible when I call her. I'll just see if I can figure out where she is at the time being. I won't pressure her for any explanations.
Got it. That sounds good.
I'll be in touch as soon as I know anything. All right, Kevin. Leave it with me.
Hey, sweetie! Did you see the pic of our daughter I sent earlier? How cute is she?
Yep.
Yep. I just gave birth to your daughter, Kevin. I knew it. You've been depressed ever since I went to my mom and dad's for the home birth, haven't you?
I don't know. Am I depressed?
You must be. Aren't you being a blunt considering I just gave birth to our daughter?
Sorry, I'm a little tired.
Have you been overdoing it at work? I do wish you'd remember to chill out every now and then.
Right.
Anyway, it's about our daughter's name. We have to decide on something soon. We have to register the birth certificate. Do you mind if I decide the name? I kind of already have something in mind.
Knock yourself out. I'd prefer if you held off on filling in the birth certificate for now, though.
Huh? Why?
I need you to hand in divorce papers first.
Huh? Divorce papers? Why?
I think you know exactly why.
What's that supposed to mean? Of course I don't know why. Have you lost your mind? None of what you're saying makes any sense. Why? Why would we get a divorce? Our daughter was born 3 days ago. What's gotten into you, baby? Are you drunk?
I'm sober as a judge. What's gotten into me is that I know that kid's not mine.
What? Of course she's yours. What are you talking about? No way. Oh my god, did you meet someone else while I've been away with my parents?
Nah, you're the one who met someone else.
What's that supposed to mean? How could I? I've been pregnant for the last 9 months.
You cheated on me before the pregnancy. The real dad is my old coworker, Richard.
Huh?
I also know everything you said about going to live with your parents for a home birth was a big steaming pile of bullcrap. I know you gave birth at the hospital you've been going to for checkups all this time. I know you were at Loverboy Richard's house until the very moment you went into labor. I know everything.
No way. Where are you getting this all from? It's not true, baby. Surely you must have heard that from my mom about me being with her and Dad?
That's only because you put her up to it. You said things weren't going well between us and you needed some space. So you asked her to go along with your act that you were going back to stay with her. Me and your mom know everything. We know you've been at Richard's house this whole time.
I don't understand.
I got in touch with your mom the day after you left. When I did, she told me you were nowhere to be seen and that she didn't know anything about a home birth. Our wires got crossed in the confusion, but eventually it became clear something fishy was going on. She agreed to try and figure out where you were.
What? You mean you and my mom tricked me?
You've got some nerve to accuse me of trickery after getting plowed by some other dude behind my back and lying to me for over a year? Apparently you told your mom you were staying at a friend's house for a while because you needed some space to clear your head. But I did some digging, and it turns out you've been at my old coworker Richard's house the whole time. My jaw almost hit the floor. In spite of that, you sent me this bullshit messages every day about how you were relaxing and taking it easy at your mom and dad's place. My world got flipped turned upside down in an instant.
No, you've got this all wrong. I just ended up at Richard's by chance. It's not what you're thinking. I bumped into him randomly when I was taking some time to clear my head and think about what to do. We got talking and, well, he offered me his spare room.
Cut the crap! Why the heck would he offer you his spare room in the first place?
Well, I kinda told him I wasn't sure if me and you had a future together. I said I needed some space to clear my head, and well, that's when he offered.
Even if all that was true, why the hell would you actually say yes? There were any number of places you could have gone if you needed space. What about your parents? What about your friends? Your story reeks of bullcrap.
But if I went to stay with my parents, I just knew my mom would be bombarding me with questions about what was going on between us, and I didn't want to burden my friends either. I just thought it would make things more complicated than they already were. That's why I didn't tell my parents anything.
Why are you still going? Didn't I already tell you to cut the crap? I finally know now why Richard started being so cold and distant with me last year. And why he left the company. 'Cause you guys got caught screwing in the stationery cupboard. If you didn't want to be with me, why not just file for freaking divorce? Why'd you have to betray me and trick me into thinking I was gonna be a dad? What you did is unforgivable.
Please just calm down, Kevin. You've got it all wrong. This is all just one big silly misunderstanding, I swear.
Oh, it's a misunderstanding, is it? Well, guess what? I just called Richard over and told him I wanted the truth.
You did what?
He admitted it. He's the dad.
What? You spoke to Richard?
Yes.
He said he was the dad.
Yes.
I see. Fine. Divorce it is.
You're a disgrace. He told me all about how you forced your way into his house after he said he didn't want anything to do with the kid. Who actually goes to their lover's house while lying to their husband about a home birth at their parents'? You're the lowest of the low.
He's the one in the wrong for trying to back out when he realized he got me pregnant. He should man up and take responsibility for what he did. The only reason I went to his house is because I thought he might change his mind after seeing his darling daughter's face. But I'm pleased. At least he finally admits he's the dad now.
Only because I made him. If he didn't admit it, you would have been perfectly happy to bring his daughter back home and played happy families with me raising her, thinking she was my own, wouldn't you?
I hadn't thought that far ahead. But you were super excited about the birth, and I guess I'd be lying if I said it hadn't crossed my mind as an option.
Don't screw around with me, bitch. How much of a fool do you have to make me before you'll be satisfied?
Listen, Kevin, you want the truth? You're a nice guy, but you have no sense of humor. I kind of got bored of how you were always so nice to me. It was like I could snap my fingers and have you do whatever I told you at the drop of a hat. I guess it became pretty apparent to me what a pushover you were after we got married, but what could I do then? I felt like I was trapped. Richard, on the other hand, he's bold, masculine, assertive, and oh so handsome. He's my dream guy. He ticks all the boxes. I always feel so alive when we're together.
Interesting. I see. In that case, you'll be disappointed to know that in spite of him admitting that the kid is his, he still has no intention of marrying you or having anything to do with her.
What? Why?
He said you scare him. He admitted that what he did was messed up and apologized. He said he felt so bad about it that he couldn't bring himself to speak to me, which is why he suddenly went all quiet at work right after it happened. Sorry to have to be the one to break it to you, but he says the best he can do is pay child support.
No way, you've got to be kidding me. He created a life and now he won't even take responsibility for it? He thinks he can worm his way out of this by paying child support?
Why are you surprised? He told me he made it clear he wouldn't be able to have any part in the kid's life. As soon as you told him you were pregnant, he said he didn't think you should go ahead with the pregnancy.
That's easy for a man to say, but he has no idea how horrible that would have been for me. I couldn't bring myself to do it. Besides, how is that fair on the baby? To snatch her life away before she even gets a chance to live it due to the selfish actions of her father?
Ahem, aren't you forgetting her mother too? I couldn't agree more though. I understand how heart-wrenching it must have been for you to even have to think about.
When a man gets a woman pregnant, he should put a ring on her finger.
Even if you were married, it doesn't necessarily guarantee the kid a happy life.
What do you propose I do then? How am I supposed to raise her? Please, Kevin, I can't do this on my own.
Not my problem. Richard seemed really stressed out. He said he felt like the weight of the lies was crushing him. He told me everything. He said he felt awful for the baby, but that he'd be lying if he said he had any interest in marrying you.
Oh my god. Why? Where am I supposed to go from here?
This is what you get for acting so recklessly, with no thought for the consequences. Richard says all communications between you will go through his lawyer from now on. That includes the child support. We're getting a divorce. I'll need your signature on these papers at some point.
Oh my god. Where am I supposed to go now?
Your mom said you were welcome to stay with her and your dad until you had your life back on track. Relax. It's not like you're gonna end up homeless or anything. Not that it would be my problem if you did. Go stay with your parents.
In the middle of nowhere? You mean I have to raise this little girl on my own?
Are you seriously complaining that your parents live in the countryside? You should just be grateful you have somewhere to go. Not all parents will be as forgiving after finding out their daughter did what you did.
No, I can't do this. I can't raise her without a dad. I can't raise her on my own.
You can, and you will. Is this how little you think of your daughter? Children are not some tool to satisfy your lust. This is what you get for trying to use your body to make Richard feel trapped into marrying you. I'm not gonna make any excuses for the guy, but you're in the wrong too.
Kevin, I'm so sorry.
Give it a rest. I don't care.
I've been the world's biggest fool. I should have never betrayed you. This is all my fault.
I'm glad you finally realized.
I betrayed you even though you were always there for me, even though you bent over backwards to make sure I never wanted for anything and that I was always happy. You're a good man and I don't deserve you. I'm so sorry.
You're right. You don't deserve me, which is why we're done. Save the apologies because they won't change anything. There's nothing I can do for you now. You're on your own.
But surely you want to meet your daughter. She's so cute, baby. I just know you're going to love her. Just because you're not related by blood doesn't mean you can't raise her as your own. So, what do you say, honey? Are you gonna step up to the plate?
Step up to the plate and raise another man's offspring?
Please, Kevin, don't be like that. Let's raise her together as a team. I can't bear the thought of losing you.
Would you give it a rest already? You're like a broken record. Do you have any idea how I felt when I found out you lied to me about going back to your folks for a home birth? Do you have any idea how I felt when I found out the reason you lied to me was because you were pregnant with my ex-coworker's daughter? I felt like I was losing my mind.
I'm so sorry. I know I screwed up. I can't tell you how sorry I am, sweetie. I'm filled with nothing but regret, shame, and disgust with myself. You deserve better than this. I'm so sorry.
The time for apologies is past.
But you were so looking forward to the birth. Don't you remember? You were buying me and the baby presents, taking me out shopping, singing her songs as she kicked in my belly. It was just you, me, and her, our little family. This little girl would be overjoyed to call you her daddy. I just know it.
Not happening. The only reason I was excited is because I thought she was my kid.
Kevin, please, I'm sorry. I'll do all of the housework from now on. The house will sparkle like it's never sparkled before. Not just that, but you can leave all of the baby stuff to me. Please, don't divorce me. Anything but divorce. Listen, how about we just try living together for a month at first? Think of it as an experiment. If it doesn't work out, then fine, we can go our separate ways. I'm begging you, won't you at least give us a chance?
A chance? Do you seriously think you deserve another chance after what you did? You had every opportunity to come clean about it. The only reason I found out is because you were sloppy. You made me think I was the father. As if that's bad enough, the only reason you're crawling back to me now is because the actual daddy wouldn't put a ring on your finger. I'd have to be insane to give you another chance.
Kevin, please, please forgive me. I'm begging you, please. I was wrong about you. You're not boring. You're kind and sweet and lovely and charming. You're the greatest guy I know. Please forgive me, sweetie, for the sake of this little girl.
How could we be together now? I'll never believe another word that comes out of your mouth. Stop using the kid as a tool to try and guilt me into providing for you. I couldn't care less about what happens to you now. Let's face it, even if we did get back together, you'd only end up getting bored and cheating again, because I'm such a pushover. I divorced Jessica immediately after that. Of course, she was adamant she wouldn't go along with it at first, but there was no choice her parents would ever let that slide. They gave her the dressing down of a lifetime and forced her to sign the divorce papers while she sobbed uncontrollably. Legend has it her father's yelling could be heard from 7 blocks away. After she got discharged from hospital, she took her daughter and they both started living with her parents while getting by on child support from Richard. I technically owed her half of the money from our house, but since she owed me a hefty sum in compensation, her mom and dad officially prohibited me from giving her a single cent. No objections here. With that, Jessica, under the duress of the cold, disdainful glares from her parents, agreed to call it quits on the money from the house. Last I heard, she'd completely wasted away and is now so emaciated she resembles a Halloween costume more than a human being. Unfortunately for her parents, that means they have to bear the brunt of raising her daughter. However, being the last people on earth to let her sit around her butt doing nothing all day, they ordered her to get a job if she wasn't going to raise her daughter. Luckily for her, she landed a job at her aunt's company, which happened to be short-staffed. I'm not sure if it's because I blocked her, but I got a letter from her the other day begging me to take her back, lamenting that life without me is meaningless and that every day is a struggle. Obviously, I screwed it up and threw it in the bin. To be honest, I'm so over her that I didn't even feel anything when I read it. I'll never have anything to do with her for as long as I live. She had her chance, and she blew it by betraying me in the cruelest way possible. I know this is a big ask for someone like her, but I want her to take responsibility for what she did and give her daughter that upbringing she deserves. In order to give myself a fresh start in life, I finally decided to leave my old company and join the up-and-coming startup that had been trying to headhunt me for the last few months. They've been making waves in the industry, and I know it's early days, but I see myself going places with them. My old job was stable, but I knew that if I carried on with the same dull, dreary old routine any longer, I'd do nothing but dwell on the past. A new challenge is just what I need to take my mind off things and move on to the next chapter of my life. I only started this month, but I'm already finding it rewarding. My new coworkers are all super supportive. I never would have thought it possible, but in spite of what happened, I'm actually happy and fulfilled in my new life. I'm making a point on focusing on doing things that I enjoy and being kind to myself. Hopefully that way I'll be able to forget all about the traitor as soon as possible. I'm still young. I still have my whole life ahead of me. Far from letting it get me down, I'm gonna use this whole experience as an opportunity to build the best, happiest version of myself possible. When you get knocked off your horse, you get right back on it. Every second counts, and there's no time to waste. Let's do this!
Hi, Judy. You were at the mall earlier, weren't you? Did you have lunch with your friend? I was there too and saw you. I waved, but I guess you didn't notice.
I did notice, but out of embarrassment, I pretended that I didn't.
Huh? You were embarrassed?
Yes, I was. Very. Don't talk or wave to me when we're in public. I don't want to be seen with you.
I'm sorry. Did I do something?
You were waving so hard that your arm was going to fall off. You look like a maniac. Who wouldn't be embarrassed?
Oh, sorry.
I didn't want my friend to know you were my daughter-in-law. And what were you wearing?
What do you mean? I was wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
You look like a construction worker. You shouldn't be walking around in ugly clothes, especially where there are a bunch of people.
A construction worker? I didn't think my jeans are that bad. I think they're pretty cute. I saw a picture of a celebrity wearing the same one.
But you're not a celebrity, are you? When someone as ordinary as you wears it, it just looks like you walked out of a construction site.
Oh, well, I will make sure I dress nicely when I go to the mall next time. Maybe I'll wear a dress or something.
I'm not sure if that'll be enough. It's not just your clothes, the way you talk, the way you walk, everything about you lacks class. So just leave me alone if you ever see me somewhere. I don't want other people to think I'm your kind.
So then, we can't go somewhere together as a family?
With you? Hell no.
Well, that's too bad then. If I embarrass you too much, then I guess it can't be helped. Judy, are you okay? What's going on?
What? I'm sorry, who are you?
You're doing it again. This is Nora. I married your son, George. Why do you keep acting like you don't know me? You've been doing it for 3 days now. You kicked me out of your house the moment I walked through your door. You won't even let me in your house?
I can't let any stranger into my house. You're so indecent. I don't know you.
Am I that bad?
Yes, very. Everything about you is indecent. There's no one like you in my family.
Judy, what has gotten into you?
What do you mean? Of course I'd be upset if a stranger tries to come into my house, and it's every day. You can't come into my house.
Judy, you haven't been feeling well lately. I'll come to help you, so I can cook and clean the house for you.
I have a daughter. Where is she? Why does a stranger come instead?
Steph doesn't live nearby, remember? And she runs a restaurant with her husband. It's difficult for her to find the time to come see you. That's why I come to help you.
I don't need your help. I'd rather do it on my own than let a stranger into my house.
Judy, your life would be easier if you just let me help. And you told me before that you don't like to cook these days.
I didn't say that. Even if I did, I didn't mean that I wanted your help. And I hate your cooking. It's gross. Just don't bother me anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry you didn't like my cooking.
Your food has no taste. I'd rather drink water than your tasteless soup.
Well, at least George says he likes my cooking. He did tell me once that your cooking was very heavy in flavor. Maybe you used too much salt? That's why it feels like my cooking lacks taste. Why don't we use this opportunity to bring it down a notch for your health? Too much salt is not good for you, Judy. I want you to be healthy for as long as possible.
Who the hell do you think you are? You're not my doctor. Don't tell me what to do.
I'm just concerned for your health. It's true that you've been sick quite often for the past couple of years, isn't it? You have high blood pressure and your blood test results weren't great. You should really improve your eating habits for starters.
My health has deteriorated because of you. You have invaded into my life. That's why I'm so stressed all the time.
Invaded? Ouch. Judy, you're hurting my feelings.
I'm only saying the truth, and I don't care about how you feel.
You know, there's something else I've noticed. You've been very short-tempered lately.
Huh?
You're so angry all the time. Do you want to go to the doctor and get things checked out?
Excuse me? Are you saying that I have lost my mind?
Well, being angry 24/7 must not be comfortable for you either. You know, elderly people get depressed just as much as younger people. You should get tested so we can cross out brain tumor too. I heard that makes you act like a different person.
I'm not depressed, and I do not have any tumor in my head. How rude of you.
You've been forgetful too. The last time we had dinner, you ordered everyone's food except for mine. And you seem like you don't know who I am sometimes. We should go to the doctor.
I said I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. Just go away. Leave me alone.
Hi, Nora. I sent out a package for you today. Some melons from a local farm. It should be delivered to you by tomorrow. I hope you like it.
Wow, melons? They're my favorite. Thank you so much, Steph.
It was picked this morning. It is very fresh. You might want to give it a few days, though. It should ripen in, say, 3 days or so.
It's so kind of you. Thanks so much. I hope you didn't have to bend backwards for us.
It's okay. I wanted to do something for you. Thank you for always helping my family out.
I appreciate it. I look forward to receiving it soon. But really, I haven't done much at all.
Oh, what are you talking about? You always stop by my mother's house to help her with chores. I can't thank you enough.
It's nothing, really. I only do what I can when I can.
Thanks. I'm sorry to put the burden on you. I do realize I should be the one taking care of my mother.
I don't mind it, Steph. I used to work in housekeeping at a hotel, so I'm pretty good at cleaning. And I enjoy cooking too.
Oh, I'm so relieved. But if you ever need anything, just let me know, okay? I will make sure to help as much as possible.
Everything is fine over here. Oh, but actually, I am a little concerned for Judy.
Concerned? What is the matter?
Well, I think Judy may have dementia. I mean, I could be wrong, but I've been seeing signs lately.
Really? My mom? What kind of signs have you seen?
She would start to yell, saying there's a stranger in the house when I'm around, and sometimes she would completely forget who I am. I feel that it's getting worse.
What? She forgets who you are?
We had dinner at her place a little while ago, with a group of friends and family who live nearby. She had ordered for everyone but me.
Are you sure it wasn't just that day?
It happens a lot lately. She would buy souvenirs for everyone but me, and she keeps calling me a stranger. I think she may have forgotten that her son got married.
I spoke to her the other day. I don't think there was anything wrong with her then. It didn't seem like she had forgotten about anything either. Plus, I don't think you forget a specific person with dementia.
I'm not sure. I don't know enough to say. Maybe there's someone else she's forgotten about that we don't know yet.
To think of it, though, she did remember you when I spoke to her on the phone. I told her she should be thankful for you, for taking care of you. And she said, I know. That means she remembers you, doesn't it?
Is that so? Maybe she's forgotten my face? But that's too weird, isn't it?
Nora, do you think my mom could be doing it on purpose?
On purpose?
Like, is she doing it to be mean to you?
Huh?
Could she be calling you a stranger to mean that you're not accepted as family? Gosh, Nora, I think that's exactly it. She is bullying you.
Oh, well, now that I think of it, yes. She did once say I was not suited for the family. She also told me not to talk to her in public because she didn't want to be seen with me.
What? That's so mean.
Wow, so I was being bullied.
How could you not notice?
I did think she was harsh, but I figured it was just part of her personality.
It must have been very uncomfortable for you nonetheless. I'm so sorry, Nora. I can't believe she would do such a thing.
It's okay. I mean, it has been very weird. I guess I didn't notice she was bullying because I was sure I haven't done anything for her to hate me. I was concerned for her health more than anything.
You're a tough girl, Nora.
I've been told that I am too oblivious. Many times.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're okay or not. We need to stop her from bullying.
Hello, Judy. Just to let you know, I cannot come over to your house today. I hope you'll be okay on your own with the cleaning and cooking.
Oh, who are you again? I'm fine with a stranger not coming by into my house.
You forgot your daughter-in-law? Mom, you've become senile. It's okay. As your daughter, I will make sure to take you to the doctor.
Daughter, what are you talking about?
It's me, Steph. Have you forgotten about me too?
What? Steph? Really?
Yes, that's right. I'm at Nora's right now. I've borrowed her smartphone.
Oh, I didn't know you were visiting. You've surprised me.
Anyways, let's focus back on you for a second. Mom, I didn't know you had developed dementia. We need to get it evaluated at the doctor. We should also think about putting you in a senior home.
What? I do not have dementia. Don't be silly.
Oh? That's weird. I heard that you never know who Nora is. You call her a stranger and forget to order her food or buy her a souvenir, as if she doesn't exist, no?
I don't know.
What have you been doing to her? All she has been doing is help. Instead of being thankful, you yell at her and kick her out of the house? What is up with that, huh?
I don't recall that ever happening.
Oh, I see. You are senile. So be it then. We'll have to sign you into a senior home. You won't have many visits from us, but I guess it won't matter if you can't remember anyone.
What are you talking about, Steph? I said I'm fine.
Well then, why do you call Nora a stranger? If you don't have dementia, what is it? Are you saying you acted like you didn't remember her on purpose?
I was just fooling around.
Why would you do that? Why, Mom?
Because she has no class. She talks and dresses like a man. She's indecent and I don't like her.
And you think you have class? We're not celebrities. What the heck are you expecting from your daughter-in-law anyway?
Just because we're not celebrities doesn't mean we don't need class.
Well, Nora is perfectly fine. In fact, she is more than anyone could ask for. She is a cheerful, kind-hearted, beautiful woman. Everyone in the family loves her.
Well, not me, only you.
In fact, I don't even think you have a real reason to dislike her. You're jealous, aren't you? You said you were fooling around, but I think you've gone too far. What you are doing is bullying.
Ugh, don't be so dramatic. You may not get it yet, but it's impossible for a mother to like their daughter-in-law.
That's just disrespectful to other mothers. Most women are nice to their daughters-in-law. My mother-in-law is nice to me, so don't generalize. I think your personality just sucks.
What? How dare you say that to your mother?
It's true, Mom. You are a bully. I am so ashamed of you. I don't think I'm going to send you any more allowances.
Where did that idea come from? That has nothing to do with this.
I've been sending you money because your health isn't great. But it looks like you are healthy enough to bully someone. And from what I know, you spend it all on silly things. I shouldn't have spoiled you in the first place.
No, you can't do that, Steph. I'm in debt.
In debt? You really have been spoiling yourself with my money, haven't you? I'm not giving you any more. You need to earn your own money from now on.
What could an old woman like me do to earn money?
I am telling George about this too. You know, Nora has been nice all this time, not telling him. He is going to be so pissed.
Wait, Steph.
What? What am I waiting for?
I'm sorry, so please, you can't cut my allowance. And please don't tell anyone else.
Ha! So you do realize you've done something embarrassing. I don't get why you didn't realize sooner. You are pathetic.
Because a son is special for mothers. It's normal that she would dislike her daughter-in-law.
Like I said, you shouldn't generalize. It's just you. And to be clear, just because you don't like someone doesn't mean you can bully them. Most people get that. In fact, a child would get that. So, If you don't, then maybe something really is wrong with you.
I'm sorry, I really am. I've been very immature.
Don't apologize to me. You need to apologize to Nora. But it's too late anyway. I don't want to talk to you anymore. We are cutting ties with you.
Please don't say that. How am I supposed to live on my own?
I'm sure you'll manage. None of us are helping you from here on.
That can't be. I won't survive by myself. You wouldn't let her own mother be lonely, would you?
Hey, don't hate us. You brought this upon yourself. You should really consider joining a senior home if you don't want to be alone. Or better yet, why don't you forget all of us? This time for real. That way you won't feel lonely.
Later on, Steph had made Judy apologize to me. She seemed like she was truly sorry for what she had done. But after finding out, my angry husband and Steph had concluded to sever all ties with her mother. That included the financial help Judy was begging for. She was crying for mercy, but their decision was rock solid. I said my final goodbye to Judy and stopped seeing her. Judy is now doing everything on her own. The last I heard, she was having a very hard time, both mentally and physically. Looking back, I must say I was way too nice not to realize I was being bullied until Steph had pointed it out. Some say it is a gift that I don't realize other people's bad intentions. And I agree I have a very happy life. It's much better than being sensitive to what other people say or do.
Larissa, are you okay? I heard about what happened. Your appendix? Really?
Hi, Samuel. Yes, it's true. I have an operation scheduled for today. After that, I'll be staying in the hospital to recover for a while.
Are you gonna be okay without me there?
I'll be fine, don't worry about me. But please make sure Bethany's well looked after.
Sure. Of course I will. Well, yeah, of course. With you gone, there's no one at home now. What time does she usually get off school?
She'll be back any time now, but don't worry, you don't have to rush. I messaged one of her friend's moms and explained what happened. She said she'd look after her at their house for a little while. She'll have her until this evening, so you should have plenty of time to figure something out.
I see. So I just need to go collect her from her friend's house?
Right. I told her you'd be there sometime around 7 p.m. Do you think you can make that? You've been coming home later and later recently. To tell you the truth, I've been worried about you. On the other hand, I didn't want to push our luck and ask her friend's mom to look after her any longer than she'd already offered to.
It's fine. Relax. I'll be there. You're in a rough spot and need my help right now. And I promise I'm going to do everything I can on my end to make sure this whole thing is as stress-free as possible for you. Just focus on getting better right now, okay?
Thank you. Do you think maybe you could ask your mom to look after Bethany for a little while?
I would, but the problem is, my mom's currently on her way to Taiwan.
Oh. Was her girls' holiday today? I totally forgot. What should we do? I'd ask my dad, but he suffers with his back a lot and can barely move these days. I'm not sure he's up to looking after an 8-year-old. Think you can keep on top of looking after her on your own?
How long will you be recovering in the hospital for?
The doctor said it'd be about a week before I'll be ready to come home.
Piece of cake. I can do a week. No problem.
But how? I didn't think you could make it home in time for her getting back from school. She's still only in 2nd grade. I'm a little worried at the thought of her being home alone at the house until you get back. The longest she'd ever been home alone before is when I went next door for 2 minutes to drop off a parcel.
You're right. The earliest I can get back is 7. Maybe 6 if I'm really lucky. In general, though, it's later than that. And there's not a whole lot I can do about it due to how crazy work's been lately. I agree. The thought of her being alone all that time isn't a comforting one.
I wonder if I can get some of the other moms to help out. If we can work out some way between us all to keep her safe and looked after till you get home, I think we can just about do it. If that's no good, we'll have no choice but to hire a babysitter.
All right. What's the address of the friend whose house she's at today? I'll talk to her mom when I go pick her up later and see if we can't work something out. I want you to forget about everything going on back here and focus on yourself so you can be in tip-top condition when you get out after you recover from your operation.
Thank you. It's still a shock, though.
What is? Oh, your appendix? Sure, no one saw it coming, but it's not like you're immortal. There's not a human alive who doesn't get sick sometimes. It's just the way of the world. Let's face it, your life's hardly at risk, is it? It's really not that bad. I don't know why you're making such a big deal over it.
Not that, Samuel. I'm upset I won't be able to make it to Bethany's sports day. I can't believe it. The timing literally couldn't have been any worse.
Huh? Wait, what? Sports day?
Yes, next Sunday is Bethany's sports day at school. Wait a sec, don't tell me you actually forgot.
No. It just slipped my mind for a sec, that's all, babe. Of course I remembered our daughter's sports day. I've been looking forward to it, in fact.
I was so excited about making her a cute lunchbox. What should I do?
It is a shame about sports day. But you're lying in a hospital bed, Larissa. You need to focus on getting better before you start worrying about things like that. You shouldn't be doing anything other than relaxing right now. If you worry about her, I'll be worried about you. Is that what you want?
You're right. No, I don't want you to worry, sweetie. If you were worried, then I'd be even more worried. It'd be a never-ending circle of worry. I'm sorry. I think the stress of everything just got on top of me.
It's only normal for you to feel that way after what happened. Let me know if you need anything while you're in the hospital, okay? I'm gonna be your very own personal delivery guy for the next week. I'm at your service, babe. Go easy on me. I'll stop by tomorrow before I go to work. I'll bring anything you need then.
Okay, got it. I really appreciate you, Samuel. I hope you know that. I'll be in touch after the operation. See you on the other side.
Sure thing. These surgeons are pros. The best of the best. You're in good hands. So worrying is officially banned from here on out. Leave Bethany to me. Speak to you later, babe.
Hey, good morning, Samuel. How's Bethany doing?
She's kinda sulky, but fine other than that.
Right. Of course. I guess she's bound to be after I couldn't make it to cheer her on at sports day.
That could be a factor. But I think she's more anxious about the fact you're in hospital. She's never been away from you this long before.
True. I hope she cheers up soon. You guys are coming to see me in the hospital this afternoon, right?
Yeah, that's the plan. I want you to spoil her rotten with affection when I bring her. There are some things only a mother can do. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. There was something else. My mom's not going to be able to make it to sports day either.
What? Why not? I thought she was supposed to be back from her holiday this morning.
Apparently her flight got canceled. She'll be back tomorrow instead now, which means she's not going to be able to make Bethany's lunchbox anymore.
Damn it. You're right. Your mom just messaged me too. What should I do?
Should I ask someone at work? There are a couple of girls at the office. Surely one of them knows how to rustle up a mean lunchbox.
What? One of your coworkers? Surely that would be a huge inconvenience, not to mention how sudden it is.
My request will obviously be accompanied with a wad of dollar bills to help things move along smoothly. I have a particular girl in mind, actually. I always see her bringing really tasty-looking handmade lunchboxes into work. I'll message her now. She seems to be really into her cooking.
Really? But still, surely she won't be able to drop whatever she's doing to make her coworker's daughter a lunchbox at the drop of a hat.
I'll explain the circumstances so she understands how desperate we are. Don't worry, babe. It's not like I'm asking her to do anything crazy. Besides, she makes lunchboxes every day. There's no harm in asking. I'd make it myself, but I can't guarantee Bethany would like it. And I'd feel awful if she got upset because of me on such an important day. It's better she has a nice, cute lunchbox made by someone who knows what they're doing, right?
You say that, but I think she'd love a lunchbox her dad made for her. You make her sound like a fussy little princess, but she'll eat almost anything. She's really not that picky.
Maybe. But the thought of messing it up and upsetting her is scary. Plus, I'd feel guilty if I put her in a bad mood when she needs to be in high spirits to perform in her race.
All right. I guess it won't hurt to ask. Go ahead. Make sure she gets a little something in return for her trouble if she helps us. If she can't, we'll think of something else.
Okay. Oh yeah, did you want me to bring anything today?
It's cool. I'll be out in 2 days' time anyway. I can walk on my own again now, so I can buy anything I need at the store here at the hospital.
Sure thing. Gotcha. I'll just bring you some drinks then.
Okay. Thanks, sweetie.
There was something else I wanted to ask you. It's about after I get discharged. Mind if I leave Bethany with you for an hour or two?
Huh? Do you have some kind of urgent business?
Well, kind of. I've been coming home early the last few days to take care of her. So stuff has been piling up at the office, and if I don't get on top of it before it gets out of control, next week is going to be hectic. I was hoping I could take care of it while you watch Bethany for an hour or two at the hospital. I'm sure she'd love to spend time with you too.
Oh, of course. I'm really sorry about all this, Samuel. I know how awkward it must be for you to juggle everything that's going on with work. I forgot how late you were coming home before I got carted in here. Things must be really piling up.
It's not your fault your appendix burst. Don't sweat it. But I do really need to get on top of this thing before it gets out of control.
It's fine. Of course I'll watch her. There's nothing to do here at the hospital, though. I think she'll get bored. So you should bring along one of her game consoles or something to keep her entertained.
Got it.
Thanks for doing all this, sweetie. I know how busy you are. You're a star. To tell you the truth, before all this happened, I felt like we'd become a bit distant. I feel a lot more at ease now. I know this might not be the best time to tell you, but yeah, there it is.
Huh? You mean 'cause I've been so busy I crash out as soon as I get back from work?
Yeah. If I'm honest, I felt like you were being a little blunt with me sometimes too. I wasn't sure if you were thinking about me and Bethany anymore.
Of course I was, babe. That's crazy talk. The only reason I'm working like a dog at the office is so you two always have everything you need.
Right, of course it is. I'm sorry. You work really hard for us.
It's true, though. I am at work a lot these days. I suppose I can't blame you for feeling that way. Maybe this whole thing could turn out to be an opportunity for us. Don't get me wrong, obviously it's awful that your appendix has burst, but you know what they say, every cloud has a silver lining. This whole thing has made me realize just how important you and our daughter really are to me. It has also made me realize how much housework you do. It's funny how you don't know what you've got till it's gone. I feel like I took you for granted, and I want to thank you for always being there for me and Bethany.
We're a team, right? You put the bread on the table and I keep things running in order at home. I couldn't do any of it without you. I'm happy you feel the same way though, honey. It's really nice to hear you say that. Oh, the nurses are saying they want to run some tests on me. See you soon.
Sure thing. See you this afternoon.
Why, hello there, Larissa. It's been a while.
Wait, is that Stacy from kindergarten? No kidding, it's been ages. Last time I saw you was when we met at the girls' night out with all the other moms last year.
Oh my, was that last year? It only feels like a few months ago. How time flies.
It sure as heck does when you're as busy as we are. Entire years disappear in the blink of an eye. But what's this about? It's not like you used to message me. All the elementary schools in the city are holding sports day today, right? Aren't you busy cheering Samantha on?
Surely you know why I messaged you. You didn't tell me Bethany moved schools. You could have at least told me you were moving house.
Huh? Bethany moved school? What are you talking about?
You moved away to a different school district, right? I assumed that must be why she's taking part in the sports day event at Samantha's school today.
Listen, I'm actually in the hospital right now with a burst appendix. I couldn't make it to sports day, but I can assure you we most definitely didn't move house. And Bethany hasn't changed schools. Did you see my body double or something?
Huh? But your husband's here too. Him and Bethany are taking part in the parents and kids relay race.
My husband taking part in a kids relay race? Now I know for sure this is a case of mistaken identity. We're talking about Samantha's elementary school here, right? The one with the big department store on Peeps Boulevard?
Yes, but I just noticed something. The girl he's running the race with, I'm not sure it's Bethany.
Are you sure you're not making a mistake? My husband's with Bethany at her school sports day today. She's still at the same one. She didn't move.
I'm almost certain it's him. I'm pretty good at remembering faces, you know.
True. I was always impressed by how easily you seem to remember the other moms back at kindergarten. You're good with names too, if I remember rightly. I know you did meet my husband a couple of times, but still, this is too weird. Just let me get this straight. You're saying you saw my husband at Samantha's school, running a relay race with some random kid?
Yes. Larissa, am I overstepping my boundaries here? Should I have kept this quiet? Causing you guys any trouble is the last thing I want to do. I'm sorry.
Don't be silly. You haven't done anything wrong, Stacy. I'm grateful you told me, really. I see. So it's like that, huh?
What should I do? Listen, I won't tell anyone about what I saw, so don't worry about it getting out.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Do you think maybe you could take a video of my husband for me? Sorry to ask you to do this. I just think it'd be better if I had some kind of proof going forward.
That makes sense. Got it. Leave it to me. I'm so sorry, Larissa. I know this is the last thing you need when you're laid in a hospital bed recovering from an operation. You must be worried about Bethany, too.
Yes.
I'm friends with a few of the moms from her school. I'll send some messages. Maybe we can find out if anyone's seen her. They're all trustworthy, and I know you're probably not feeling up to doing any private investigator work right now. This must all be taking its toll on you.
Thanks so much, Stacy. You're a real friend. I'm so sorry to trouble you with all this.
Didn't you just say it yourself? We're friends. This is what friends are for, sweetie. Besides, you were always there for me back in kindergarten. Don't apologize, and don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of this. I'll be in touch again when I have more details. Oh, and I think it's best you don't mention any of this to your husband for the time being.
You're right. There's no sense in flipping my lid on him without knowing the full story. And even if I did know what was going on, there's not a whole lot I can do from a hospital bed. Worst case scenario, it backfires and he pulls a vanishing act with Bethany. I can't risk that. But still, thinking of my daughter being on her own right now. God, I feel so pathetic and useless.
If she's sad, you'll just have to make her feel better by bombarding her with hugs when you see her again. I promise you, we're going to get to the bottom of this. You'll be reunited before you know it. Everything's gonna be okay, sweetie. I want you to know you can always rely on me when you need help. That goes for the other moms, too. We got your back, sister.
Clarissa, I'm sorry.
I take it you heard from your lover?
Yes. The file with all the proof in arrived this morning.
Oh, yeah? I bet you'll never forget the look on her face when she told you.
No, she didn't tell me in person. It's my day off work today.
I was considering just coming straight out with it and telling you myself, but I thought it'd be a bigger surprise if you heard it from your lover. Was I right? Were you speechless?
I'm so sorry. But babe, she was nothing more than a cheap fling. We've already agreed to go our separate ways. We'll never see each other outside of work after this. It's over. Sure, we work at the same company, so we'll almost definitely have to keep seeing each other at the office, but other than that, I swear, it's over, babe.
So what? I should forgive you? Is that where this is going?
If you can find it in your heart, I'd really appreciate it if you did. You and Bethany are the ones who really matter to me.
If Bethany is so important to you, why did you go home halfway through her sports day? You know how excited she was about you being there, especially since I couldn't make it. You showed up in the morning, recorded a few of the earlier races, probably so you could show me them later as proof you'd been, like the snake you are. Then disappeared and went straight to your lover's kid's school sports day. What was it? Did you feel sorry for her because she's a single mother? In any case, they were obviously more important to you than your own daughter.
Please, baby. I didn't want to go, I swear. But she was blackmailing me. She threatened if I didn't go, she'd tell you about the affair.
What does that have to do with Bethany? As if what you were doing wasn't bad enough. I can't believe you had your lover. What was her name again? Emma? Make our daughter's lunchbox. It's almost like you're rubbing it in our faces. Have you no shame? You're twisted, making your own daughter eat that.
Let's be reasonable about this, shall we, babe? You know Emma has kids. You also know we were struggling to find someone to make one. And I thought she'd be able to come up with something cute. That's all. I thought Bethany would like it.
Even still, you're way out of line. Even if I knew your floozy was going to be the one making our daughter's lunchbox, I would have discharged myself from the hospital and made it myself.
I'm so sorry. Like, really, really sorry.
At least I finally know why you're coming home late from work all the time now. At least I finally know why you never ate dinner with me anymore now. Because as soon as you got off work, you were straight over at Emma's house, weren't you? Her son even calls you daddy, doesn't he? How dare you abandon our own daughter to go off and play happy families with someone else's kid? You're disgusting! Don't screw me around, you lying scumbag!
How do
I know? Oh, of course. I shouldn't know any of this, should I? I've been working hard for my hospital bed, gathering as much proof as I could to make sure what's coming goes as smoothly as possible. I also know about you trying to scare Bethany into keeping quiet about everything. You sicko. You told her not to tell me about you leaving sports day halfway through, or about how you were leaving her on her own at the house overnight. You told her that if she did, I'd get sick, and I'd have to go to the hospital again, didn't you? You cretinous lowlife! You grotesque abomination of a human being! Was my husband really this much of a lowlife all along? I can't believe it!
I had no choice. Believe me, I wanted to be with her at home all the time. I wanted to see her sports day through to the end.
But you chose your lover and your kid all the same.
She threatened me. I had no choice. What else was I supposed to do? I know I've behaved wrongly. I know I've made mistakes. But I was trying to protect my family in my own way.
So you're telling me you trusted some blackmailing psycho to make your daughter's lunchbox? If so, you're even more terrifying than her. Bethany ate that thing!
I'm sure she'd never do anything to hurt Bethany. Larissa, please. I know you're upset, and you're well within your rights to be. But I need you to think about this with a level head. Can you do that? I'll never betray you again. I'll never see Emma again outside of work, and I'll definitely never see her son again. That's a promise. A cast iron promise. I promise to love and cherish you forever and always. Let me make it up to you, baby.
My head is level, and my mind is made up. Divorce.
What? But what about Bethany? We have a daughter to think about.
Exactly. That's why we're getting a divorce. Let's face it. You were away from the house so much, you'd already pretty much stopped being a member of this family. Why would I stay married to a husband who clearly doesn't care about us? What's the big deal? You already found a new family, right? Me and Bethany, we're just holding you back.
I told you, babe, Emma was just a fling. She means nothing to me. It's not her I want. It's you. It was just casual. Nothing more than a bit of fun.
Maybe you really do feel that way. But to Emma, it's more, isn't it?
Well, maybe, I guess. I don't know. But I'm telling you the truth here. It's you I want. I can't lose you. Bethany's my daughter. I don't want to get divorced or remarried. I want you.
If that was true, you wouldn't have cheated on me with a single mother. You harp on about how it was nothing but a cheap fling, as if that somehow excuses you. But the bottom line here is that you got involved with another woman behind my back. Oh, and before you give me any bullcrap about how she came on to you, or about how you were drunk, or about how you weren't feeling your usual self, I don't want to hear it. You chose to be with her. Of your own free will.
Oh man, I really screwed up, didn't I? I can't tell you how sorry I am, babe. I'm filled with nothing but regret, shame, and disappointment in myself. You deserve better. I'm so sorry, Larissa. I swear, I'll be a better husband and father from now on. I'll be the man you deserve. I can do this, baby. Just let me show you.
You were playing happy families with another woman and her kid behind my back for months, Samuel. I'll never believe another word that comes out of your mouth. Me and Bethany were sat at home. Just the two of us. Wondering why you were suddenly away from the house so often. You have no idea how much your daughter missed you. When I think about how you were with another woman and her kid, who just so happens to be the same frickin' age as Bethany the whole time, I get so mad I start having violent thoughts. Ugh! Deep breaths, Larissa. Deep breaths. You betrayed me, and you betrayed your daughter. Nothing will ever change that.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me. I haven't been myself lately. I never meant for it to carry on this long. But she made me meet her son all of a sudden, and then...
You can stop right there. Didn't I just tell you not to give me any crap about your not feeling yourself? I don't want to hear it. I think I'd prefer if you were just honest and admitted you kept seeing her because you wanted to, and it felt good. You'd still be a scumbag, but at least then you'd finally be an honest scumbag. But no, you don't even have the bare minimum of decency required to do that, do you? You sicken me. Anyway, the real question is, what does any of this have to do with me or Bethany?
Nothing. You're right. I'm sorry I screwed up. And that's all there is to it. I won't make any more excuses. I'm the world's biggest moron.
You finally understand then? Well, it's a little too late. I'm divorcing you for both mine and Bethany's sake. You're a stranger to us now. Why would your daughter want anything to do with you after you chose another woman's kid over her? After that, I hired a lawyer and divorced my husband. The proceedings were finalized without a hitch. Samuel cried, pleaded, and begged forgiveness until the last minute. But it was futile. Both his and my own parents had my back, which meant his desperate pleas fell on deaf ears. Apparently, Emma, my ex-husband's lover, told him she wanted the two of them to get married after me. Wanted the two of them to get married after me and him divorced. But he was so heartbroken after losing his family that marrying her was the last thing on his mind. Far from agreeing to marry her, he broke up with her on the spot. Emma had all of her hopes for the future pinned on marrying Samuel once me and him divorced. But when he broke up with her, her hopes and dreams were dashed against the rocks in a soul-crushing instant. And she completely lost her mind. Like a woman possessed and on a crusade for vengeance, she told everyone at their company about the affair in a spiteful bid to destroy his reputation. With that, the higher-ups realized that the two of them couldn't continue to work together, and Samuel was transferred away out of state to a branch office in the countryside. But even that wasn't enough to quench Emma's thirst for revenge. And unperturbed by her boss's warnings, she actually went to the lengths of flying out of state with her son, showed up outside his new company-mandated apartment, and continued to harass him. Thinking I'd feel sympathetic towards the situation, my ex-husband sent me a slew of messages begging for my help. Obviously, I wasn't going to allow the two of them to drag me back into the gutter with them. As such, I made it crystal clear that he was to stop messaging me and fix his own problems. Once the divorce was finalized and everything had calmed down, me and Bethany moved into an apartment block near my mother-in-law's house. I'd found a new job by then, which meant I couldn't be around to watch Bethany all the time. But my mother-in-law was kind and thoughtful as ever. I volunteered to have her while I was away. On top of that, she broke off contact with her wayward son and rewrote her will so as to ensure he never got a cent of inheritance. Instead, everything would go into a savings account for Bethany. I feel a huge debt of gratitude to her, and I intended to do everything in my power to ensure she's always looked out for in return. She's been super supportive, and I'll always be there to support her too. My father-in-law is set to retire in a couple of years, and when he does, he's finally going to come back home from his work placement in Arizona. It's going to be great for Bethany to grow up with her grandparents so close by. She's already loving having her grandma around all the time, and they get on like a house on fire. She's spoiled rotten, but she deserves it because she's a star. We're also blessed to have the support of my friends, the other moms from Bethany's school, and my new coworkers. Everyone's been great. Thanks, guys. I was heartbroken when my husband betrayed me. And that whole period was by far the lowest I've ever felt in my life. But thankfully, the blow was softened by my amazing support network. I'll make sure I never take them for granted and always live with gratitude, repaying their love and kindness whenever I can. You gotta let your peeps know they're appreciated. This goes without saying, but my number one priority is Bethany, and it will always be. She's a special girl, and I'm gonna see to it that her childhood is filled with love, warmth, and care, so she can grow up into an amazing person I just know she's destined to become.
Hey, Quinn, are you there? I was just curious if you're already on your lunch break right now and have a second to talk?
Yeah, I'm still on my lunch break right now. What's up? Is everything okay?
I just wanted to double check that your mom's birthday was coming up next week. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Man, you really do have a crazy sharp memory.
Oh, I just remembered because we were talking about it not that long ago. But anyways, I was just curious what you normally do for that? Do you have any traditions or anything that I should know about?
No, I don't really think we have anything too special that we do. I guess we just kind of see when everyone can meet up, and then we all go out for a nice dinner or something like that. And I always send her a nice message for her every year as well.
Oh, really? Is that all that you do for your mom?
I guess so, yeah.
I see. Well, don't you think that maybe it would be better to do something a little bigger? Have a larger celebration or something?
Well, we could do that. Yeah. But it would be kind of weird to throw a big celebration like that out of nowhere, you know?
Why would that be weird? This is your mom's birthday that we're talking about. It's kind of a big deal, you know?
No, you're right. It's not that. It's just that my mom is always so busy, and I don't know if she even has the time for anything more than a fancy dinner.
Oh, come on. That just sounds like some kind of excuse. We should plan a party for her, or at least send her something. Well, I say that, but I'm actually at a flower shop right now looking for something we could give her.
Oh, really? You are? I'm so sorry you're having to do this all for my mom, Tammy.
It's not a big deal at all. I like doing things like this. I'm more than happy to be here.
Well, I am sure that my mom would love to just get some flowers. And just off this conversation, I already know that your taste is going to be much better than mine, so you can pick out something for her.
Got it. I'll go ahead and get some then. I also wanted to get some for our own place anyways. I thought it was about time we had some pretty foliage in our house to spruce the place up.
I'm fine with that, but I feel like you're always buying flowers for the house.
Well, that's just because I am. They just improve a space so much. I think they really bring color to anywhere you put them. You can never have too many in your house.
I don't have any kind of green thumb, and just the thought of having to take care of something like that stresses me out.
Well, don't worry. I really like it and enjoy doing it as well, so it's no issue for me.
Well, that's good to hear at least. And I do know that my mom would love whatever you get her, so thanks again for doing that.
It's no problem at all. I'm glad you think she's gonna like them. I was thinking of maybe getting her some white roses since she mentioned really liking them that day we went to the botanical gardens together. Not to mention the fact that white roses are a symbol of deep respect for someone in some cultures, so I want her to know how I feel.
Oh, really? I had no idea about that at all. Man, I don't think I realized that you knew this much about plants. I think that's really cool, actually.
Well, it's just a little hobby of mine. It's nothing too special. Besides, I feel like a lot of people know about the symbolism behind flowers. Like how red roses can be a symbol for passion and stuff like that.
Well, I guess I knew that one. But mostly just from movies and stuff, right?
Well, I just want to let your mom know that I really respect her, and that's why I'm getting these.
Do you really feel that way about her?
Of course I do. Your mom is like the ideal of all moms. She's calm and cool and nice and sweet and just... I just want to be like her one day.
You say that, but I feel like you've never really seen my mom get upset at someone. Then a different side of her really starts to come out, especially when she fights with my dad.
That is true, but I was raised by a single father, so I never really had a mother figure who I could look up to. That's why I want to be good friends with your mom. I was actually so worried about not getting along with her before you and I got married, you know? But I guess that there was nothing to worry about since she really is such a sweet woman.
Aw, well, I think everything you said here is really, really sweet, Tammy. I know that my mama really likes you and thinks that you and I go well together. Thanks for thinking about her birthday.
I just hope that she enjoys my gift is all. I told the store to have them delivered to her house on the day of her birthday. If you get a chance that day, I would love it if you could ask her if she got them and what she thinks.
Got it. I will be sure to do that for you and report back. Anyways, I guess it's about time for me to get back to work right now.
Sounds good, hun. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Quinn, I think that your mom might really hate me. I don't know what I should do.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Where is this coming from all of a sudden? Why would you think that my mom hates you, Tammy?
Well, it's just... I don't know. I just don't think she really likes me at all.
Well, did something happen to make you feel this way? Did my mom say something to you or something?
No, it's nothing like that. But you remember last week when I said that I was going to get your mom flowers for her birthday?
Yeah, I remember. You said that you were going to get her some white roses, right? I guess they probably would have been delivered today at some point, yeah?
Yeah, that's all correct.
Okay, and what about that? Don't tell me that you think she didn't like them. Do you know if they were even delivered today? Did you talk to my mom at all?
Well, I wanted to surprise her and see her reaction to the flowers myself. so I was going to surprise her by showing up to her place with a little cake. When I arrived, I saw that she had thrown the flowers I sent her in the garbage.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Did she really do that?
Well, either way, they were in the garbage. I was so shocked that I just turned around right there and went all the way home without even seeing your mom. And that's why I think that she must not like me. Maybe she never liked me.
No, hold on just a second. My mom lives in an apartment building, so the garbage there is everyone's garbage, right? Maybe there was some kind of mistake and those flowers actually belong to someone else.
But I thought that your mom had her own garbage collecting service, right? I remembered that when we went over to her place, she explained about it to us. Not to mention the fact that the flowers were wrapped up just the way that I ordered them to be when I bought them.
So then I guess she really did throw them away.
I even saw the card that I wrote in and signed in there. They had to be the flowers that I sent to your mom.
But why would my mom go out and do something like that? I just don't get it. I mean, she's not the type of person to throw someone's gift away like that.
And given the timing, she must have just thrown them in the trash as soon as she got them. That must mean she really does hate me.
But you said that she's always so nice to you, right? I don't think she would act that way if she really hated you. There has to be something else going on here.
You know, I've actually been really conflicted about whether or not I should tell you about this. But your mom has actually been acting really strangely towards me for a while now.
Strangely how? What has she been doing?
She's just been acting so coldly towards me. She treats me like I'm some kind of outsider who doesn't belong or something like that.
You really think she acts that way around you?
I really do. She always seems so distant when I try to talk to her, and I always feel like I'm being ignored. But she's always acting like this around me.
Tammy, I'm so sorry that I never noticed this before. You should have said something earlier.
I didn't want to worry you or start any kind of conflict between you and your mom.
I see, you were doing it for my mom and I's sake. And to think that while you were saying so many nice things about my mom, all of this was happening in the background.
I really do respect your mom, though. I meant every word that I said about that. And I do really want to try to be friends with her if we can. I thought doing this on her birthday would be the perfect chance to do all that, and now it's all ruined.
So that's why you wanted to try and do something special for her birthday. But then she just went and threw those flowers away.
Do you think that she hates me? I don't know why she would. I know that I don't make that much money and that I'm not too much to look at, but still.
And that's just not true at all. You are just fine the way you are. Besides, my mom has never been the kind of person to even care about something like that. I still just can't wrap my head around why my mom would do something like that. It just doesn't seem like her at all.
So, then you think that I'm lying about all of this? Do you have any idea how hard it is for me to come to you about all this? I thought you would believe me.
Of course I believe you. I know that you don't have any reason to lie to me.
Of course I wouldn't. I would never do anything like that. Besides, you know that I'm a terrible liar with awful tells.
That is true, yeah. But I still just don't understand why my mom would treat you this way. I do know that I have to put a stop to it, though.
You mean that you're gonna do something and try to stop your mom?
Yeah, I'm going to have a little talk with her about all of this. I mean, what is she thinking throwing away such a sweet birthday present?
Oh, Quinn, thank you so much. I knew that I could count on you.
Of course, Tammy, always. You're my wife, and my mom needs to understand that she can't treat you that way.
Oh, thank you so much. You have no idea just how much this means to me. I was so worried about coming to you with this. I thought that if I told you, that you might end up hating me too.
No, I know that it took a lot for you to talk to me about all this, so I just want to say that I'm so sorry you've been holding it in for so long. Hey, Mom. Do you have a second to talk? I wanted to ask you about something.
Of course I have time to talk to you, son. What's the matter?
Did you throw away the birthday present that Tammy sent you? Why would you do something like that? That's so mean.
Oh, it's about this. Yes, I did throw those flowers away. But just how did you know that I did something like that? I thought that you were at work. Did you come over?
I didn't, but Tammy did, and she found her flowers and card in the garbage.
So, it was Tammy that found those things. And then, let me guess, she went running and crying to you,
Of course she did. She was heartbroken after seeing her present tossed away like that. And he just arrived today, right? Why would you throw this in the garbage right away?
Oh, really? She was heartbroken. Somehow, I very much doubt that, son.
How can you say that, Mom? She was thoughtful enough to get you a present for your birthday, and your first reaction is to bin them?
I still don't think that she was quite as affected as she's letting on.
Well, then what are you trying to say, Mom? And why are you acting this way? Tammy told me that you were being cold towards her. Well, I'm messaging you to apologize to her.
You still really haven't figured out who your wife really is, have you?
And just what is that supposed to mean? Why can't you understand how upsetting this was for Tammy? She got you those flowers because she wants to try and be friends with you, and now she thinks that you hate her. You really hurt her, Mom.
And I am telling you that I really don't think she's all that hurt. She's not a good person, Quinn.
How can you say that about my wife? What do you know about her that I don't?
I know what I've seen her do. That's how I know the kind of person she really is.
What does that even mean, Mom?
It means that Tammy has been tricking you this whole time, Quinn. And I don't like her because I know just what a bad person she really is. That's why I threw away her flowers.
I still don't get it. What did you see? What is making you think this way about her?
Well, for one, Tammy has another man.
What did you just say? You can't throw accusations like that around, Mom. This is serious.
Quinn, maybe you should just come over so that we can talk about this in person. I have proof that I can show you that will clear all of this up. I know that all of this is tough to hear, but I want you to come and talk to me, okay? You really are a horrible little woman. Do you know that? I can't believe you tried to convince my son that I ever bullied you. How could you come up with a lie like that?
I take it that Quinn asked to talk to you?
That's right. He accused me of bullying you when nothing of the sort happened.
But you threw away my flowers, the ones that just had sent out today. Don't you think that's a horrible thing to do to someone?
I would never accept flowers from someone like you.
Well, that just proves it then. You do hate me after all. All I wanted to do was be your friend and you treat me like this? What did I even do?
Oh, please. You can quit the theatrics. How dare you pretend as if you're not the one lying to my son this whole time?
What are you talking about? I seriously have no idea what that could even mean.
All right then, let me jog your memory. The flower shop that you sent me flowers from is owned by the other man that you're seeing, right?
You think that I'm cheating on Quinn?
I know that you are. With one of the employees at that store. Am I wrong?
Wait a second, what is this? I don't understand.
I just happened to be passing by when I saw you in that store some time ago. It was through the window, but I could clearly see you making out with a young man that was dressed as if he was working there.
Please stop this. There's no way that I would ever do something like that. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, really? But did you send me flowers from that same store? Aren't I right?
That's just the only flower store that I've ever gone to before. And sure, all the staff there is really nice, but I've never kissed anyone there. I have no idea where any of this is coming from.
But you did, and it was with one of the men who worked there.
That's not true, you're lying.
Well, how about I just go to that store tomorrow and check for myself? Surely that guy wouldn't mind if your husband stopped in for a chat, right?
My husband? What do you mean?
It's me, Tammy. It's Quinn.
Quinn? Is that really you? I was wondering why you hadn't gotten home yet.
I can't believe that you would do something like this to me. And to think that I thought you really just liked flowers. You were really just looking for an excuse to visit your boyfriend at work, huh?
No, please, you don't understand. You've really got this all wrong. I didn't do anything. I swear, you have to believe me.
I did believe you. I believed you with all my heart. Until my mom gave me a reason not to. With evidence.
Evidence? What do you mean by that?
What do you think I mean? Evidence that proves what my mom was saying is actually true. She has the photos of you and this flower boy kissing.
You're kidding me. She has pictures?
That's right. So there's no use pretending that any of this isn't true. That's why you're always insisting on going to the store alone. Whenever I offer to go, you just say that I don't know enough about flowers and it would just be faster if it was just you.
No, that isn't true. I just like being around flowers by myself is all.
Well, you don't seem to mind when I accompany you anywhere else, even if it's for things that I don't know much about. But it's just that one flower shop that seems to be a little sanctuary away from home and husband.
That's because I just really like flowers. You know that.
I thought I did. But now I think that something else has been happening this whole time. And I've proof that confirms it. Just give it up. You've been caught. Can't you see that?
Please, Quinn, I'm so sorry.
So you admit it then?
He's just an old flame that I used to have a thing for in high school. I didn't even know that he was working in that store when I first stepped inside. But every time I went, he would give me a flower and be so charming.
And I bet you use those flowers to decorate our home with. I can't believe that you made me stare at the gifts from your lover every time I would come home. Just makes me sick. What do you have to say for yourself?
Quinn, I just wanted to try and make your mom happy. That's really the only reason I went into the shop that day, I swear.
Well, then why did you lie about my mom bullying you? You nearly turned me against my own mother for what?
Because she threw away my flowers, so I thought that she might have suspected something. I just thought that I had to do something to get her out of the picture.
So the truth finally comes out, huh? Well, it's a good thing my mom did suspect you.
You have to understand I did it all because I didn't want anything to come between you and I swear it.
And your solution was to make me fight with my own mom? Do you have any shame, Tammy?
I'm sorry, Quinn. I'm so sorry.
I'm going to that flower shop tomorrow and let that man know that he is going to be sued for having an affair with my wife.
Wait, no, please, anything but that.
And why shouldn't I do that? I'm well within my rights to. And he needs to take responsibility for running around with a married woman.
But he thinks that I'm not married. And you can't just barge in and drop all that on him while he's working.
So you're even lying to this guy as well? I guess you really have no shame.
Please don't do this to him. I'm begging you.
Are you seriously trying to protect this guy from me right now?
It's not that. I just can't have him finding out that I was lying to him. I mean, we're classmates.
Oh, I get it. This isn't about him at all, is it? You just want to defend your reputation before the truth gets out. You don't want your other old classmates to know that you're a lying cheater. Or that your husband left you over it. Or that your husband left you over it.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Are you going to divorce me?
Of course I am.
But no, why? I don't get it.
Why? Why? Because you were having an affair behind my back. And now that I have this proof that you were, it's going to make things go very smoothly for me.
Please don't do this, Quinn. I just wanted to have a little fun. Is that really so bad? Please don't divorce me.
If you wanted to have fun, you should have thought about that before agreeing to marry me. It seems to me like you put the wrong boys over flowers. The next day, I paid the flower shop a visit and explained to the man working there that Tammy wasn't single, was in fact my wife, and that they had been engaged in an affair behind my back. The man was so shocked and immediately apologized. I could tell from the way he reacted that he really had no idea that Tammy was married. That was when I decided that I wouldn't be suing him and instead asked him for anything else that would prove that him and Tammy were actually seeing each other. With so much evidence, the divorce process was very smooth and Tammy had a hefty sum in legal fees from her own lawsuit from me. After that, Tammy went back to live with her father. But it wasn't too long before the rumors of Tammy's infidelity reached him. He was furious and threw her out of the house before he sold it and moved away, too ashamed to live under the same roof as his unfaithful daughter. In the end, my marriage didn't last all that long. But I'm actually rather grateful that I didn't lose more years of my life to someone like her.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.